Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and I wanted to go over just about all the info we got from Bungie today with regards to the Season of Opulence. So first I'm going to play the trailer and then just kind of break down quickly what we've got to expect. I did a more in-depth one on Twitch, so you guys can check that VOD out there as well, but here we go.
A new mystery awaits you, Guardian. Welcome to the Season of Opulence.
Good call. Gotta get the sound up. My bad.
A new mystery awaits you, Guardian. Welcome to the Season of Opulence. What will you find in the Emperor's lost vaults? Treasure hunts will lead you to powerful weapons and armor. These will quickly boost your power level and prepare you for the Menagerie. This season's all-new 6-player match-made activity. Grow strong, Guardian. Prove your worth.
Season of Opulence info has dropped, so let's talk about it. It has come to us, and hello. So this first video is going to be just a quick run-through of everything we've got to expect, couple maybe offshoots and things like that, and then I'm doing this live on Twitch. We're going to break down everything kind of more in-depth and full, kind of see what Twitch chat has to say and things like that. So if you do want me to upload the full-length one later on, let me know in the comments below. But Season of Opulence is literally 1 week away. So on June 4th, the treasure hunt begins. Available to all players of Destiny 2, Season of Opulence will deliver new challenges, loot, and lore. Pretty obvious. Benedict 44 will be in the tower to help launch the new season. He'll have your Imperial summons, introduce you to the treasure hunts, the Menagerie, and more. We know Iron Banner's getting, fresh look. It's got a seasonal quest, actually, which should be interesting. New Pinnacle weapons we'll talk about briefly. This summer, Solstice of Heroes actually comes back as well. Kind of curious what they do with that one in the end to wrap things up. So, as you guys saw in the beginning of this, the Season of Opulence trailer is here. It has definitely come to us, so this is one of those pieces. You can kind of read into what you like. There are some images and stuff that are out there as well. But I'm not going to play the trailer again. You guys can watch that. First thing we're going to look at, this will be the final update to Season of 2 Forsaken gameplay calendar, showcasing all content introduced through the season of the Forge, Drifter, and Opulence. Now, some people may have wondered from the beginning if they thought the Season Pass was actually worth it. It may not have been all for you. You may not have liked Gambit Prime. You may have enjoyed the Forges some. You may not, Menagerie may be okay. But if you look at everything you get over the course of an entire year for $30, yeah, you get a full game. Forsaken you can play for quite a while, but you got multiple exotic quests. We got the Forges. We got the Scourge of the Past raid. We've had power increases jump up. Gambit Prime and the Reckoning both were launched last season. Invitation of the Nine taking us through lore, setting us up for everything that we've got basically there. The Allegiance quests were cool to kind of see both sides of that. We went back to the Forest for the Revel, which some people are not as big of a fan of. Iron Banner continues to have some tweaks and learning and through like that. And then this season we've got the 4 annual pass content holders. We've got the Menagerie, the new raid, Crown of Sorrow, which should be beat on the first day by many people. Menagerie weapons, exotic quest, and the Penumbral Chalice, which of course no one still knows. But you've also got an exotic quest here. There are 2 they mention on the calendar below, so we've got quite a few things. Honestly, if you enjoy Destiny, I think it's been a worthwhile season pass, personally. For everything that you've got, if you've enjoyed it. Some people have enjoyed pieces more than others, but for me, the amount of time that I put in, it has been pretty interesting. So, overall, kind of felt like I definitely got my money's worth out of it. But again, you guys know I make content for this, so I'm going to play the crap out of it. So, Chalice could see you grow stronger through the Chalice. Okay, so Chalice would see you grow stronger through the Chalice of Opulence, which serves as a Guardian's gateway to treasures in the Season of Opulence. Players who best the Menagerie, a new 6-player match-made activity, will use the Chalice to create an offering of runes in exchange for specific weapons and armor that they seek. Over time, Guardians will be able to upgrade the Chalice to acquire more plentiful and powerful rewards. All players who have completed the Forsaken campaign will be welcome to try the Menagerie one time, which is actually kind of cool. I think it's going to be open, I guess, as maybe kind of a quest. You go in there one time, you see what it's like, kind of your tease to see if you want the annual pass, as well as the Imperial Summons quest. This grants players the Power Surge gear at 690 to help them jump directly into the new season. And I think the Imperial Summons quest is what it's going to take to do the raid. So that one is going to be an important piece on day one. Owners of the annual pass will see the Menagerie bosses introduced throughout the first month of June. And heroic difficulty without matchmaking is the key. Normal difficulty will have matchmaking. Heroic will not. So for that 6-player matchmade activity, the hard version, you are going to go ahead and need to find yourself a fire team. So 6 players, just like a raid. Here's a quick overview of Opulence. We've got the Menagerie and Crown of Sorrow launching on the 4th. I don't know if the quest is going to have you go into the Menagerie once, maybe, just to kind of see it. But I know Crown is definitely the first thing that they're going to have you look at. So that's going to be a big piece for sure. So Crown of Sorrow launches on the 4th. You have 6 hours before Crown launches. There's probably going to be a 24-hour challenge from the raid to raid, so we'll just see how all of that runs. June 11th, the next week, we've got the new Menagerie boss coming. So I'm not sure how the bosses all work, but I'll kind of get to that Menagerie in a little bit later. And Truth, the rocket launcher of ultra tracking of all time from Destiny 1 is coming back. So I don't know if that's going to be the quest for everyone, or if that's going to be the quest for the annual pass. Again, we never know till we quite get there. June 18th, the new Menagerie boss and Iron Banner quest. So another boss is added. So that will be a total of what looks like whatever you start with, and 2 others added through the 18th, and an Iron Banner quest is introduced there. So not sure if that's going to be for armor or what, but definitely looks like we've got wolves on the shoulders, got some more spiky things on the helm, so that stuff kind of gives you a brief look. If you guys want a little better picture of the graphic. Menagerie Heroic Mode. Now I don't know if that's going to introduce a boss as well. And then you've also got Heroic Mode, and that the normal match-made version is going to probably be somewhat more reasonable, but that Heroic version is the one that's going to take the 6-player group. Then you've got the Lumina quest. Now, some people are having suspicions that the Lumina looks like you've got kind of petals. Basically, they're thinking it's the rose that was leaked before, because you can kind of see the thorns inside, the little bit of yellow. Then you've got like the kind of twirl of the gun, but these longer curved, like basically you can call them flower petals if you want to look like that. So kind of does have a similar look to Malfeasance for sure. It's one of those that it looks cool. I'll be kind of curious. I have no idea what it's going to do. That's going to be the fun part. So that'll be interesting. That will be July 2nd. And again, don't know if this is annual pass or this is annual pass. I guess I would probably assume everyone might get Truth, as rocket launchers probably need a little love right now. But another hand cannon, since God knows we don't have enough of those, probably going to be the annual pass. This is the season pass of hand cannons. I think that's what you'd call this. Finally, on July 9th, you have the Tribute Hall and Moments of Triumph. I don't know if that's where you like go see all the things you've done in the game? Question mark. I really don't know if that's going to be just more of like a lore area, if there's actually gameplay involved or what, or if it's just going in and looking at everything. And finally, Solstice of Heroes. By the way, that gear looks really cool. So you've got the little, it looks like the ornaments, and I swear if they take the ornaments away, I really hope they learn their lesson, but you've got the ornaments depending on your subclass coming out of pretty much everywhere. So that armor probably is going to be one of the coolest looking sets, and that will be for everybody, so that'll be good, covered a little bit later. Each week, owners of Forsaken will be invited to explore the worlds of Destiny 2 in search of treasure. Benedict will have different objectives for you to complete during the hunt, leading to the powerful journey to 750. As you progress through the season, more content will come to light, quests will be uncovered, leading to exotic gear. The Tribute Hall and Moments of Triumph become available to explore and complete. Like, I don't know if you go through and do things, or if you just look around, not sure, but, you know, all that stuff. Solstice of Heroes will bring a time of celebration, of course, like before, with some really cool armor. So, Season of Opulence page on battle.net is here. So, Chalice and his giant golden goblet. This season, Emperor Chalice beckons Guardians to prove their worth by pitting them against foes in his Menagerie. Now, just in case some of you guys are wondering what a Menagerie is, the actual definition when you look it up in Google, a collection of wild animals kept in captivity for exhibition. A strange or diverse collection of people or things. So, for Chalice, it seems like his Menagerie or collection of things is actually going to be basically all the bosses he's collecting. That's why I guess they're going to be released upon us and opening up. So a Menagerie, it's a collection of things or people or animals held in captivity, so they're all of his little pieces, all these things that he's collected, because he's crazy, man. And he's, living in the world of Opulence. He'll send annual pass owners on treasure hunts throughout the system to unlock the power of the Chalice of Opulence, upgrades that allow you to choose the type of gear you earn. Now, I'll get into that a little deeper here with chat once we get done with this, but the fact that you can choose whether it's armor or gear or helm or heavy weapon, kind of cool if you can get that specific. I'll be curious how in-depth they actually let you go. So Menagerie here, as I think I'm a little zoomed in for this one. So the Menagerie, as you guys can actually probably see, hopefully there as it plays, and my floating head here on the side hopefully isn't too much in the way. The new 6-player activity. 6-player kind of with that matchmaking-ish. Menagerie, a bit like a circus, indeed. So assembling the Chalice of Opulence is just the first step. So that's, you have to probably assemble the Chalice of Opulence for that quest to be able to either go see the Menagerie or go into the raid. I'm thinking that whole quest is going to be the first thing you have to put it together. Whatever pieces, I don't know how long it's going to take. Some people are saying do that quest first. I honestly don't know. You probably could do it in a few hours, even if you're taking your time. So I just wouldn't spend, hope you can get it done in, the last hour. It might take a little bit longer. Chalice has crafted a maze of challenges in his Lost Vaults. Test your strength in the all-new 6-player match-made activity. Normal difficulty is match-made, yes. Heroic will not be. The Menagerie, and meet his challenges head-on to unlock your rewards. So up in the little trailer here, you can see there's truth in action. So rocket launchers, maybe. Who knows if they're getting a little love. But you've got an ogre standing up. You've got a big Hydra boss. You've got a big Minotaur. So you've got quite a few different bosses in there. I'm not sure how many they're going to have in the beginning. But those are some options for sure. And then we get down here to Leviathan Secrets. Confront new challenges of an unexplored deck of Chalice's massive ship. So back on the ship. No surprise. We kind of figured we were going there. Treasure awaits. Now this is the part with the runes they're talking about. Tweaking your Chalice of Opulence. Figuring out what gear you want to go for. I mean, if you look at these symbols, and if I zoom in a lot, sorry if it gets a little crazy. I mean, so you've got, now I'm honestly wondering if those symbols are in the raid. It's the first thing I thought when I saw them. You've got 12 symbols. Now they are different at least. So they're not going to be all right, so dragon left, dragon right, dragon up, dragon down. But I'm wondering if these symbols are going to be involved in raid puzzles, because a whole bunch of different icons and making you think about what to do with them does seem to be Bungie's thing. So we've got basically what looks like kind of a lion with a long tongue. You've got the Chalice ship on teal. You've got what looks like a bunch of grapes or eggs, who knows. You've got the two actual little Leviathan kind of shaped vessels there, kind of swimming at each other. That kind of looks like a little Vex helm, snowflake, big giant paw, looks like a Cabal shield, axes, kind of a snake biting a moon. You've got the urn with the fire, the kind of halberds or whatever. I don't even know the technical term for those. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. But all those different things, if those aren't in the raid, I will be honestly surprised. I really will. I expect to see those in the raid. It's my guess. Could be wrong, but my guess. Upgrade the Chalice of Opulence to determine replayability, carve your way through ever-changing paths and enemies. So hopefully some randomness, a little more polearm. There you go. That's what I was thinking of. Ever-changing paths and enemies to go through. Now, of course, you guys know they're not going to say very much about this, but for scale, yeah, we're going somewhere into the raid. Seek out the most valuable treasures in the underbelly of Leviathan, jump into the new Crown of Sorrows raid, and join the chase for Worlds First. I'm not saying I'm going to go Worlds First, but I'm probably going to be blind raid, hopefully, on that first day. So if you guys are on PC and looking for a group to play with, I'm pretty open, actually, right now. I've only got a couple of people I know, potentially, so looking for a group to potentially play with on there, just to be like, hey, don't go look out other stuff. I just want to see how it goes, and then if it goes reasonably, then maybe we'll see how it goes. But honestly, just to experience some of it blind would be fun. Weapons and armor. So, as you guys can tell, there's a general theme with the purple jewels and the gold, of course, coming from Season of Opulence and Chalice's ship. Basically here, if you break some of this stuff down, you got two swords with the gold edges on them. That one, kind of bringing back a couple models, the big claymore, and otherwise, that looks to be a questionable sidearm or a British intelligence small pistol. You've got what somebody mentioned looks like IS Luna. The frame is almost identical. It's just very much more ornate. That looks to be a fusion rifle, submachine gun, sniper, and shotgun. So I'm really not seeing any primaries, actually, except the hand cannon, of course. Season of Hand Cannons, for sure. But you can tell kind of the ornate. You've got the gold plates on there. You've got the purple gemstones. That is definitely the overall theme. Kind of digging the looks. It is weird. It's going to have like a gray undertone, which will make, I guess, the gold accents pop a little more. Just kind of depends. And then for, I guess, helm, every class will be a little different. But yeah, I mean, just they're very ornate. I mean, the detail on these things when you get them are probably going to look pretty cool. There's another beetle kind of scarab thing, which only thing that I ever think of scarabs and stuff is like the mummy and going back to there. And then you think of trials and stuff like that. So then everybody talks about this one in the middle. And I honestly don't know. You have gold over everything else. There are specific exotics. But this is the one thing. It's just a very dull hand cannon. Too zoomed. Just a very dull looking hand cannon. Now some people are saying, is this rose like before it turned into thorn? It has kind of a similar frame setup. Don't know. But that's kind of one of the big question marks as well. Gameplay updates. Power Surge bounties. Forsaken owners can heed Chalice Hall to quickly catch up with the power of their fellow guardians. So that'll get you up to 690 by doing the quest. And I think everybody has to do the quest anyway, so it's actually kind of cool. Then Iron Banner returns. It does have a specific quest where you can forge a new path for new rewards. And exotic weapons on armor. Of course, some are on the annual pass and some are not, so we'll see what comes with those. Weapons all seem to come now from either quests or locations or things like that. The armor specifically, we'll just have to see what new exotics they have for weapons. Pinnacles, we know they are coming. I finally worked on quite a few this week. I think Mountaintop is going to meet mine that I slowly grind out over the course of the next season, because I'm going to be late to that party. But I did get Recluse and Luna's Howl. Shout out to those grinds. They are for sure a real grind. Luna's especially. But Pinnacle gear, what do we have? So, for Crucible, I guess if you're ever going to learn to snipe, this is where we start. So the Revoker. Missed shots are returned to the magazine after a short duration. So if you fire, like take a shot, fire it and miss, get back in cover, pop back out, you will at least have a chance to, I don't know if it counts for all of them. That will actually be interesting. But yeah, those coming back to the magazine. I don't know if that's like really viable all the time, but not always having to hunt down ammo for those 2 little shots does make sniping at least a little more forgiving if you do want to practice it for one, but you have to grind it out to get there. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if that's just going to be get to 2100 or if you need sniper kills. Hello, snipers. Those are going to be everywhere. For Vanguard, we've got the Wendigo GL3. Orbs of Light increase blast radius and damage. Now that one could be interesting because grenade launchers, depending on their potency right now, as long as they don't mess with them, and I hope they don't, because they really can't get worse because they're in a decent spot. They can pump out some damage in the right situation, but all in all, not so much. But Orbs of Light, increasing blast radius and damage both. Like if you have somebody pop a super and then everybody picks up those Orbs of Light and then you can dump with like Lunafactions and a Well, just like you can do with Prospector on Riven, you're going to be able to pump out a lot of damage, and even more so with blast radius and damage. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last, what the cooldown on that perk is, but it does seem like it has potential to at least really give that specific grenade launcher kind of an edge for PvE damage specifically. So, Hush, and anybody who likes the Batman comics know that they're working on that animated movie. Hip-fired precision shots, which just like boggles my mind, by the way, give a massive draw speed bonus, and I'm just wondering, like, really? That one seems weird to me. This is weird. So hip-fired precision shots give a massive draw speed bonus. So if you can pull and let go and hit a precision, maybe you do this at close range on an enemy, because we're looking at Gambit here. Then you can just sit there and start firing quicker and quicker to pump out big damage. I guess if you can aim your crits, I mean, really pumping out arrows fast has potential to be really, really cool. So, that could be interesting. I don't know. I think the biggest potential is the Wendigo, but you're going to see a lot of snipers in PvP. So, especially if you have to do sniping to get this weapon, it's going to be interesting. Down here, Solstice of Heroes, the free summer event to wrap things up. I kind of want to read this description, then we'll get back into everything later. Solstice of Heroes is a tradition in which Guardians reflect on past hardships and celebrate. Yes, we know. Pursue Solstice armor, just like before. Pretty cool set. Looks like it's got cool ornaments on it. and that's going to be your year 2 armor. Now, last time, Solstice of Armor was the one thing that got you from 385 to be 400 for the start of the new season. I don't know if they're going to let you be like 765 to go into whatever year 3 is. I don't know yet. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But this is the question mark. Embrace the light, creating elemental orbs by matchmaking your elemental damage to the daily element. And it says daily element, which is cool. So, like, one day's arc, one day's solar, one day's void. Like, it's just an overall element. That might be fun. Collect 30 orbs to gain empowerment buff. So if you do make a bunch of orbs, collect them up, you'll be empowered and probably just be mowing through content a little bit quicker. Now, it will be interesting to see if this actually comes to effect in raids and strikes and nightfalls and stuff like that. Kind of giving you that final fun push for the, end of the road for year 2 of Destiny 2. So, be triumphant, harness the power of the elements to optimize your pursuit and lost while Moments of Triumph is still active. So, Moments of Triumph is going to be, it's probably going to be go and beat all the raids and things like that and check all the boxes and stuff like that so you can get the shirt. So, if you haven't done raids, if you haven't done Spire of Stars, which I haven't done, if there's certain things you haven't done yet, there are certain boxes you may need to go and work on checking. Because that's the time when it's probably going to be like, hey, have you done this? And if it's in a past month where things are crazy, maybe a lot of time. But if you got 3 months, maybe be like, hey, did 6 people want to go run Spire Stars? Okay, let's go figure this thing out. We're over leveled. It's probably not too bad. That's kind of some of your times. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But sometimes those are going to be, I haven't. It's one of those where it's probably just a whole bunch of check mark boxes. Have you done a Pinnacle weapon grind? Have you reset your Gambit, Infamy? Have you reset your Crucible, Valor? Stuff like that. Have you hit Fabled? So there's certain things I'm wondering that they're going to have, but they're usually check boxes that you need. And that is basically it. So the Menagerie is the big one, but the Season of Opulence is upon us. That's where I'm going to wrap up this video, and then I'm going to go through piece by piece with chat. So if you guys want me to put that longer video segment up there afterwards, I could potentially get that one up there if you guys do post up in the comments. So let me know. Thank you guys for tuning in. Season of Opulence starts next week, so prep your characters if you guys are going for that day 1. Don't have to kill yourself. If you want to take a break and then just jump in at 700, you can still fight that first boss in that first day. No problem. So enjoy this week you've got. Take a breather if you want to, and I will see you all in the next video. And we're going to dive deep now on Twitch to talk about this one. So you guys know where to find me. It's Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Ebontis, everywhere. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Definitely helps me out. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. But leave a comment if you have thoughts, opinions about any of this stuff. Very curious what many of you guys think. So thank you very much. I will see you soon. And catch me on Twitch again as well. So follow me there and you'll know when I go live. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.